wrote to you all recently saying, please, I pose the middle housing proposal that you have before you, and I do so based on two kinds of experiences. Over for over 50 years, I have owned and managed a handful of midtown uh, post-war houses. Um, they represent the kinds of houses that make up tens of thousands of homes in Tucson. And 20 years ago, the county hired me to do a study of the conditions of those older homes. And I looked at the homes between 1945 and the year 2000 or 1980, when the federal government made their first national energy standards. Based on these experiences, I've concluded several things. There are 200,000 such homes in Tucson, in metropolitan Tucson, including 130,000 inside of the city limits. You each have tens of thousands of these homes in your ward. And there are 50 million of them in the country. No one is trained to do the work, and there are no training facilities anywhere to train the rehab workforce we need, and we will need millions of such people for the entire country and thousands for Tucson. And the total cost of repairs and upgrades for Tucson's old houses is likely to be on the order of $70,000 per house. There is no low cost financing currently available. Based on the Empowering Local Communities study, I concluded that the nation's post World War II housing is reaching the point where we will either train millions of people uh, as rehab workers and invest trillions of dollars in the repair and upgrade of our tens of millions of old houses, or we will start to lose them in numbers that threaten the sustainability of the entire society. This is also true for Tucson, except the numbers are in the thousands of workers and tens of billions of dollars. But there's something that you really need to know, and that's nobody knows this. As part of my 2005 study, I tried to find if anybody had actual data on the conditions of our older tract homes, and I found nothing, literally nothing. 2 years ago, I tried the same thing to see if I can find any actual data. I contacted 9 housing agencies and researchers in Tucson, in the rest of the country, and in England. And I asked 2 questions. Do you have any such data? And do you know anybody who does? And 9 answers were no and no. Nobody has any data on the actual conditions of the hidden infrastructures inside the walls, above the ceiling, and below the floors. It's just hard to get, and nobody has it. My conclusions are there are no trained rehab workers or facilities to train them. There are no low cost, long term financing options available, and we will lose many or most of these houses if we don't resolve these challenges. There are solutions, however. Sustainable Tucson is working on 2 of them. In late March, we are organizing a 2-day summit on investing in people and infrastructure. It will be held at Pima College, and you will all get invitations to it. We are also working with Pima College to develop a training program called the Green Retrofit 2 program that uses federally funded home repair projects as training facilities to develop the workforce that
Mr.
we
English,
need.
if you can come to a conclusion, your
I
5
will
minutes
read the
are over.
last paragraph here. The Green Retrofit, I'll finish with one idea. The ordinance that you have before you does not produce any affordable housing. Housing today is too expensive for any new housing to be affordable. The only way you will be able to create affordable housing is if the city and the property owners figure out how do you spend $70,000, not $400,000, to fix the old houses, use them as training facilities, and require a rent control for a decade or so. If you do that, you can actually create affordable housing in Tucson. If you do what you're planning on, you will get nothing.
Thank you. May I ask Gustavo Silva?